I'm Youri and I've been a professional kiteboarder for 16 years. I've been competing for 15 years in the World Cup. I started at a young age. I was 12 years old and I followed my dream, and eventually that dream took me all over the world and winning world championships. Obviously, there's a lot of people that would like to travel the world and do kiteboarding for a living. And yeah, I was just very, very lucky to be able to do it. I have a lot of friends of mine that are pros. I've been competing with them for many years. But as soon as the green flag is up, there's only one thing: you want to win. You come for that reason, and they come for that reason as well. So everybody understand, and they should understand, that on the water, it's a battlefield. You want to win. That's why you come for, and that's what you train for. And then after the heat, if you lose or you win, you might be happy, you might be disappointed, but you take a cold beer, you cheers, and you go on, because in the end, you're friends as well. I gain a lot of friends, but I gain a lot of competitors as well. Well, nothing really comes for free. You got to work for it. You got to work your ass off, and that's not only in kiteboarding, but that's in general life. I always say the only thing that is for free is the sun that comes up every single morning, whether you see it or not, but it's there. In kiteboarding, there's a lot of other people that want to win a world title as well. And there's only one world title that you can win. So you got to train hard for it, you got to train a lot for it. There's going to be a lot of setbacks, but all those setbacks eventually, hopefully, lead to where you want to be. So you can make it as risky as possible. If you take a proper lesson at a kite school, you do your courses, there's literally thousands and thousands of people kiteboarding out there which never ever had an accident, never had a trouble, not even a small injury. They're just cruising, doing their jumps, just enjoying it out there. And then you have people, well, like me, who are trying to look for the highest level and balancing on a thin line, because that's in the end what you do. And that's riding World Cups. It's all about balancing on a thin line, trying to reach the highest possible level that you can. And sometimes it goes wrong, and then you break ACL or you break your ribs or a shoulder or whatever, and that's part of the sport. And I think in every single sports, whatever it is, like athletes that try to reach the highest level, sometimes you just take one step too many and then you got an injury. But then you got to recover and come back stronger. The biggest difference that you say, like from rider to rider, is style. I think you really have to stick to your own style, stick to what you want to show. That's kind of how I always rode. I rode in a way with a lot of power, a lot of speed, and that was my style. That's just what I wanted to show. And it wasn't always the smartest thing, because I lost competitions because of that as well. It would have been smarter just to collect my points basically and win the competition, but it was not what I wanted to show. I wanted to show this kind of riding style. That's what differentiates me as well from the other riders. It played out a lot of times. It didn't always play out, but it's part of it, and that's, I think, how people know me for my style now as well. So I'm happy I chose that one and I didn't follow what everybody else was doing. There's no fast way to learn tricks fast. There's only one way, and that's the hard way. It's a lot of training, a lot of hours on the water. Right now, it's like you have a lot of videos on the internet. You can play slow-mo. Everybody has a proper phone which you can put slow-mo, you watch it back. This is something you can speed it up a little bit, but there's not really a shortcut to learn things. To learn things, it's just a lot of hard work, a lot of hours and hours and hours and hours of training. I had some moments. I recently did a shoot and it was like a crazy, crazy, crazy storm. I mean, we had a rescue boat, and the guy who was holding me, he couldn't hold me anymore. So I shoot off and I was sliding over the beach, couldn't grab my board. And there I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. But luckily, just before the water, I could grab my board and I could put the board in the water and I was gonna be fine. But there I had a moment of like, okay, I'm the only guy on the water now. There's really big waves, and if shit goes wrong, then it goes wrong badly. But luckily it all played out well. So yeah, you always try to stay in some sort of control.